Hello, everyone. This is David Rothfeder again with episode 3 of season 2 of Night Witches. So far, we have had a pretty big start to the season. A lot of big events going on, but we have a new yet returning player to our cast. So let's get a quick introduction from Horst.
So I'm playing Hannah Ruttmann. Hannah is need to have a look. So she's a beautiful woman. She comes from a good family. She's highly educated. Her nature is a sparrow. And her role is a zealot, which means that she believes in the communistic cause, very much so. I've played her in the first season as a rather rude, direct character, and we see if she still is one. She's also a lieutenant and highly decorated.
Also is one of our major focuses for supernatural things going down.
Yes.
Which reminds me, I believe I also need to bring some of that in with another character, and I'm trying to remember who. I think it was Masha is being haunted currently. Is that right, Donna?
Not mechanically speaking, at least.
Not mechanically speaking.
Not yet.
I'm trying to remember what the question was.
Yeah, actually, in terms of one of the memories of Duty Station 1 which have stayed with her, it's actually Valia, the pilot, who she did not save, but saved Hannah instead.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was Valentina.
Yeah.
Hannah's former rival, and completely was destroyed by the NKVD. So I'll have to remember to start invoking those painful memories. It sounds like Bethany is having a little computer trouble, so we'll, she'll hopefully be back in a little bit after she solves that. It looks like you're not completely dropped out, but we're gonna give you time to sort that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop out and come back and try something real quick.
Awesome. That said, let's do a little bit of recap from the previous 2 episodes. And let's start with Tasha. I got Masha, Dasha, and Tasha. That's right. Let's start with Tasha. You were not in the first session, but you were in last session. Why don't you start by going over what the memorable parts for Tasha of last session were?
Well, last session we had the day attack, and that was kind of my first kind of mission with the squadron. And who was I flying with? Can't remember. With Masha?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and so we so the yaks that Dasha stole one and Ira commandeered one went first, and then we went. We flew under the planes because we were in the regular planes, and we were the only ones that didn't go down. And then after that, Tasha kind of prayed in the church in the burned out village near the base. And there was another, what was the name of the other character, the NPC that we met in the church?
That was the regimental commander, Major Yevdokia Bershanskaya. She is the probably the highest ranked woman in the Soviet Air Force.
Oh, I didn't realize
definitely.
It was such an important person.
Oh yeah, I think I said it was the major. Yes, it was your regimental commander.
Yeah. So in terms of like action, that's what happened with Tasha, and I think kind of coming into this episode, we're kind of anticipating some conflict with an enemy from her past, which is the brother of. So Tasha is in the Air Force because she killed her rapist, and instead of going to jail, she joined the military. But his brother is in the all-male squadron, so we're anticipating some conflict with him.
Okay, excellent. And Masha, what were some of the most memorable things for Masha from this duty station so far?
Well, our first mission was a pretty by the numbers hit on a railway junction where some Germans were mustering. We did have a new by the book lieutenant taking command of our section by the name of Oksana. I think she's Ukrainian and is trying to be better than any Russian would need to be to not draw attention to herself. But it was a pretty smooth mission, apart from a little side project Dasha got going. I'll leave her bring that up. And then most recently, that was pretty stressful for Masha. So she came back a bit worse for wear. And then we had to fly again immediately to drive back that Panzer attack. But we, Tasha and I, put bombs on targets. So that was successful. But then when I get back, I'm definitely worse for wear. And I go looking for some coffee to get the section back on its feet. And you haven't seen, no one's seen Masha since. She is, I don't know, handcuffed to a hospital bed. We'll see.
Excellent. And then Dasha, what was the things that stood out so far for your character this duty station?
Oh, well, so what did? Okay, so Donna left something out of the first bit there, which was that Dasha and Ira's sister Sonia went a little bit off course and bombed a convoy that was leaving the area that they were supposed to bomb, and pretty much immediately on getting back, the Nazis were already headed their way in retaliation for this. And we drove them back eventually. But a lot of people, God, I don't know what's up with my camera there. A lot of people got killed in the process, and let's see. Oh yeah. Ira and I stole which squadrons or which regiments planes did we steal?
It was the men's regiments. Probably you were stealing both fighters from the mixed gender unit, as well as was it the 216th or the 218th?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't.
You weren't discriminating when you were stealing.
No, that's true.
It's established that at least one person stole a plane. One of the planes was from the 218th at least, because what's his name?
Oh yeah.
Right now.
Was it Chazov or Chezov?
Chezov. said that he couldn't fly because someone took his plane.
Yeah. So, well, okay. So Ira borrowed a plane. I borrowed in quotes a plane. I did bring it back. So they're probably not super happy with me right now. Also, the general, Miss I don't remember his name. Anyway, he would like to know who provoked the Germans into this attack. I don't think anyone has said anything yet. I have not come forward because, well, mostly I don't even want to think about this. I've been trying to keep busy, like, doing stuff to avoid thinking about it, let alone talking about it, let alone talking about it to the general.
Especially because there's what's interesting is not everyone knows it was you. I believe who were the people who know for sure that you were the one who set off these this chain of events?
Sonya, Oksana, and Masha, I believe. They might be all.
I think Kardina probably also knows.
Okay.
Because she was also would have been flying on that. Yeah, Kardina and Filipova would have been on that mission as well.
Right. Okay. So it's not like a big secret, but
well, having 6 people know
right
in a base of hundreds, and with the general demanding answers, that's a pretty small group.
This is true. Yeah. You know, I don't think I've even thought about whether to come forward or not. I haven't gotten that far.
It's still a big enough group where the old adage
sooner or later someone's going to find out.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the old adage 3 people can keep a secret when 2 of them are dead probably applies here.
Yeah. Well, I'm not about to kill anybody to keep my secret, so it's, you know, I assume that sooner or later it will get out. I just haven't said anything yet.
Okay, excellent. Well, there is one thing that I believe was missed from last session that is important. Someone else was refusing to follow orders last session. Who remembers what was going on there?
Who was refusing to follow orders?
Kardina was not hitting the targets for the mission.
Yeah.
Anyone remember what she was doing instead?
She hit the barracks, right?
Yeah, she was bombing the German barracks. So we're gonna kick it off with people just landing, but so Horst, I saw that you copied and pasted the old sheet over. That's actually not going to work because we're actually using the character keeper is designed so if you use the specific tabs that I had set up, it will automatically populate and keep populate updates onto that summary page for me. So I'm going to ask that you use that. I'll give you a second to rebuild things from there. And we'll get started. And once you're ready to go, we'll hit your intro questions. You've already done a bit of an introduction. Tasha kind of gave her introduction. So we should be all up to speed on who everyone is. And, we'll just integrate you into play from there. So everyone just landed, and Irina, who was in charge of that mission, gets pulled into the pulled into her debrief before she can say anything to you or Kardina or anyone. So it's just the 5 of you right now standing outside the planes.
not Masha though, right? I didn't
Oh,
fly
I'm
that
sorry.
mission.
Yeah, Masha was.
Oh,
not
right.
there.
Yes. That's probably what I'm interested in going to find out where Masha is. What happened to her? Because last I heard, like there was, she was just tired, and I want to know. Like I don't think she's in jail. Like that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like maybe she was just like really tired and passed out somewhere, and I need to cover for her or something like that.
Oh, come on, Dasha. You know better. Where's Masha? Oh, probably in jail.
I have never been in jail before. Somehow
Yeah, she
I've thought
usually like. Yeah, she gets in trouble, but she's usually like, I guess, I don't know, charming enough to get out of it. There usually haven't been. So, as far as I know, Masha is really good at getting away with being very outspoken and bold and having no consequences. That's because I haven't seen the consequences personally.
Where are you going to go looking for Masha?
That is a good question. Where would I start? Suppose I'd just ask around, like among our squadron and see if anybody's heard from her. I'm trying to think of what what did she say what she was going to do, or where was she? Did she get reassigned? Because I don't see her anywhere, among these planes landing either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly possible someone in the squadron would have heard me say I'm going to get coffee, but I'm not sure I would have shared where I was going to get coffee.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? I was debating whether or not this should be a roll or not, but I think in the course of your questionings, you ask an MP, and eventually, he looks something up on a list, and he's like, medical brig. He points to the building.
Medical break. Okay. Yeah, I go there.
How about you, Tasha?
I think I'm kind of just before like Dasha goes dashing off and we're all just kind of standing there. I just kind of like stand there quietly, not really like what to do.
You also do have Cordova, who hasn't said anything about completely ignoring orders.
Wait, when did I completely ignore orders?
No, Cardina completely ignored orders.
Oh, Cardina, yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be a rat, so.
Okay. I'm just like, wow, I thought this was stranger behavior from her, but okay.
Maybe I should go talk to her.
It's completely up to you. I'm just like, I thought it was a bombshell decision, and I guess, nope, it was weak sauce on my part. So if it's not interesting to the PCs, it's not interesting.
I think she's like super tired right now, and it's probably something she'll like, think about later. But right now, she kind of just goes to like to go eat and rest.
Okay. So Horst, it looks like you're still working on getting things updated.
I think I'm done. I'm okay.
Because
something.
I don't see your stats up there, and it's showing that you have harm. I don't know why it's showing you have harm. Hannah, F15, 12, 12. Oh, that's why. That should be 16. It's supposed to be 16. No, harm is H12. Sorry, the coding on your spreadsheet got a little messed up. I'm just correcting it so it's updating correctly. Ah, there we go. Now we have your stats. Let's go ahead and get you introduced. So, Hannah, I've posted the questions from last duty station, but I'm going to ask you different questions this time.
Awesome.
So now that we've had learned more about Hannah, what did the Germans take from you?
I think the Germans took now the part of my family from my father's side. So they are. I think that my family is originally from Germany, fled, and my mother is Russian. My father's family originally, and his family is German, and they took the whole part of the family. Like they disappeared in camps.
Okay. So we know in what ways you dress and look like a woman. In what ways do you dress or look like a man?
I think the dress. Let me think. Would the hairstyle be part of?
Oh, absolutely. If you cut your hair short,
yeah. I think since last time she's actually shaved her head, and now it's now slowly regrowing, and obviously she's not happy about it, and tries to hide it under her head.
So now you have a buzz cut, effectively. It was one of those, like, I'm gonna show them that I'm just as tough as a man. Shave your head. Oh, this was a mistake. That's what it sounds like.
Still eyes, so maybe that helps. Like Sinead O'Connor or something.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Sinead O'Connor, short hair, very expressive eyes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, one thing that is nicer is it is warmer here, but wetter. Very damp conditions for this this duty station. Whose funeral have you missed because you have been out fighting?
I think we have established that my father, that I haven't heard from my father in I don't know, like since I enlisted, and I think I got a letter finally that he died in an NKVD prison from, I don't know, like Pneumia or something, and I couldn't attend the funeral.
Okay. Oof, that's gotta hurt. Um. Here's one that I'd actually like to know about, Hannah, because I think this is would be a very different side. What happened the last time a crowd of brother airmen wolf whistled in your direction? And that probably would have been recently, because you're currently at the same duty station as the 218th and the mixed gender fighter unit.
I think it was probably what happened is that afterwards she shaved her hair, so
Ooh.
in order to not attract any kind of attention. So she just walked past in the very like erect way she walks, holding her chin high. But afterwards she decided to change something.
Okay. Um. What does the Marxist-Leninist struggle against the forces of reaction mean to you personally? And this may have changed based on last duty station.
Yeah. So I think that Hannah is still entrenched in the philosophy, and she still believes in the struggle. But her faith in the leadership has wavered. So I think she would see it as that they don't understand and follow the doctrine.
That is a dangerous place to be. And finally, who have you gotten to know in your sister unit, the photogenic media darlings, in the mostly female or in the partially female 586th Fighter Regiment, and how do you feel about them?
I need to grab a name or use someone who's already established.
Yep, either one. There has been someone new brought in from that, as well as the previous person who was an acquaintance of, I believe, Dasha. So there's Sergeant Anna Grashina, who thinks Dasha is trying to steal her spot in the 586. Yeah, that should be 586. And then there was also the person who, I'm sorry, I think it was Dasha's friend, not Masha's. Yeah, Yelena Primakova. Oh no, that was Polya's friend. There was another one.
There was Evgenia Andropova, who is Masha's childhood friend. She is one of the flyers that we saved in the last mission, in the last duty station.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember her. We had the photo op, I think, with her.
Yeah.
Hannah thought that she was like a brainless child.
Did you get to know her better then?
Maybe a question for Donna. Is she differently in private? Like, was my first impression just?
I'm sure if you confide your lack of respect for Evgenia to Masha, she will, have an argument with you.
Yeah, I don't like Masha, and I don't like people who like Masha, so I probably don't like her either.
You try to get to know her, and you're like, nope, she's just as insipid as ever.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. No, and still doesn't like her. Excellent. So with that said, I'm going to say that Dasha is going to you're going to make it to the infirmary where Masha is. And Hannah, I'll have you decide when you've heard the news of that Dasha's in the hospital. Well, I'm sorry, Medical Brig. With 3 regiments here, it's big enough to have a medical brig. So, so I think Masha, you're just coming to as Dasha is showing up and is arguing with the guards.
So have I just been dumped here by the MPs? Has anyone come see me?
You've been unconscious, so
okay.
Look, so the MPs are like, she's a prisoner. She assaulted a pilot. Little girls should know their place and just go back to the kitchen. I'm sure there's woman's work to be done.
If she's just a little girl, how did she assault someone badly enough to be thrown in the brig?
Ooh. I think you're acting up as a lady here.
I think, okay, yeah.
That feels gutsy.
Technically, and that's guts. Cool, 10.
Awesome. You get to choose, I believe, 2.
Oh, yeah, I kind of need to open that sheet, don't I? Let's see. Wow, okay. I would like to ensure that there are no consequences for acting up. Since that kind of defeats the entire purpose of what I'm doing here. And I would like to make him do what I want, which is just like, let me talk to Masha.
Fine, just I can't take your yapping anymore. Got 10 minutes.
All right. Hey, Masha, what? Are you? What? What happened? And are you? More importantly, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
No, you're.
I guess there's a big
bleeding.
bandage around her head, and there's a trickle of blood coming out of it. I went across to the 218th cabins to get some decent coffee, and this guy didn't like it and hit me over the head with a pistol.
He hit you in the head for stealing coffee.
I wasn't stealing. I was reappropriating it. It's
No, they reappropriate our stuff all the time.
I mean, yes, I was stealing it. I mean, obviously, I'm just trying to get my story straight for the commissar, right?
Right. No, it's, you know what, that's what they call it when they take our parts and fuel. I don't know why you can't call it that when you're taking their coffee.
Anyway, yeah, what an asshole. He was saying, oh, I couldn't fly because some stole my plane. That's because he wasn't quick enough to scramble. That's what I told him.
They were.
And then he hit me because I made him feel kind of small.
Shit. Okay.
Okay, I think that burst of anger kind of takes the energy out of Masha. She's like lies back down on the bed.
That sounds like it might be a reach out. Just you're letting out all of your frustrations.
Okay, sure. That is just a flat roll, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But
unless you have regard.
I do have regard for Dasha, I think.
Awesome.
Yes, I do. I
gives you a
respect Dasha
+1.
the most. That's a +1. Excellent. So let me roll 2 green dice. And that is an 8 + 1 to 9. So what are my options? So what I'm going to do,
I know the one you want to do.
I'm going to tell Dasha that she shouldn't be wasting her time here with me, and she should go back and prepare for tonight's mission. So I'm adding 1 to the mission pool.
No, you could have gotten back in.
I'm still handcuffed to a bed, so yeah.
Like-
the mission is the most important thing.
I think Hannah is outside the room. I don't know if the guards let me in.
Well, you're probably wearing a Soviet cap and in a baggy flight suit, so they probably assume you're from the 218th.
And I have a what's it called? I picked from outside somewhere like 3 or 4 thistles as an ironic like flower bouquet.
Oh, so they assume that you're sweet on Dasha. I'm sorry, sweet on Masha.
They can assume whatever they want, so just show them my stripes.
I know it's true. I know it's true.
So yeah, you hear Masha and Dasha talking. Do you interrupt or do you wait to have private time?
I would actually love to listen to what they're saying.
Okay.
Okay.
But you hear Masha say that the mission is the most important thing.
The mission would go a lot better if we had our best navigator.
Well, you just got back from a mission. You just got back from a mission without me. Right?
Yeah.
And you dropped the bombs on target?
Well, most of us did.
Okay, so mission accomplished.
Right, but
another night, another mission.
Are you?
So, sorry, I'm being. My head isn't straight.
Yeah. Look, I don't know what I can do, but
I'm handcuffed to this bed. I'm not going anywhere.
No,
until this.
That's true, and you shouldn't be flying tonight anyway. But you shouldn't. You also shouldn't be in the brig. That's not like that. people have done so much worse just within the past 24 hours than you have done to get put in here, including me.
What have you done?
I think that's a great time to cut the scene. And Tasha, so you're kind of, eating your supper, it being the morning and obviously time for your dinner. And you haven't slept in over 24 hours, so you're not feeling the great, but you could swear that you recognize that person in the Jeep that's pulling up pulling up into camp right now. In fact, he looks a lot like someone that you killed.
What's that? I'm like thinking like, in like the sleep deprived brain, it's like, who is that? Like it was just like the recognition, and then like it comes to me, and it's just like the chills and the appetite is gone, and I'm like, oh no. Question: is this the same? Is the guy who assaulted Masha this dude, or is it different?
It is. It was
Chazov?
Chazov who was the one who. Well, I mean, is assaulted versus defending himself. Well, I mean, Masha was breaking and entering.
Yeah.
Whether it was necessary to pistol whip her, probably not.
So, can I see where he's going?
Yeah. So he's parked right outside what looks like the brig area, which is close to the medical tents as well. And someone gets out of the Jeep and goes into the medical tent, and he turns off the car and just is kind of waiting around.
So, I've completely lost appetite at this point. And so I think, I don't know, I give the rest to like someone sitting next to me, and I kind of, I exit the mess and kind of try and like, well, first of all, stay out of his line of sight, and then also kind of like try and like hide behind something to get like a good look at him.
Sure. If you want to, well, your intention, do you want to like know more about what's going on, or are you trying to just spy on him and not get caught?
I think spy on him and not get caught for now, because I don't know what's happened to Masha.
Okay. I'm gonna pull the table then. Does this sound like acting up as a hooligan or tempting fate?
It's not eyeball, is it?
That's what I was trying to get at was, it might have been an eyeball, but since Noella wasn't trying to learn anything in particular, I was thinking that, right now she just wants to observe what's going on without getting caught. That's it. It could be an eyeball. Tasha, if you want it to be an eyeball, I'm 100% okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, to me, it sounds more like a tempting fate between the two of those options, but
I'll tempt fate.
Okay, sounds good.
So I got a 10 plus 2 is 12.
Yeah. You are just a face in the crowd then. So yeah, right now he's just standing around. Inside the medical tent, well, Hannah, you haven't actually you haven't actually you're kind of in the hall, in the hall, kind of spying on everyone. You hear this guy come in and say, "Hey, I think there's been a misunderstanding." You don't quite catch the guy's name when he makes the introduction, but apparently he's talking about Masha right now.
Hannah is definitely interested. So what is he saying?
He's saying, yeah, so apparently he invited Masha over to the house he was staying in to pick up some coffee, and the dumb bitch must have gotten the number wrong, and apparently went to the wrong house, and that's what caused the whole thing. And that she wasn't trying to steal anything, that he invited her over.
So I think Hannah looks at the bouquet of thistles, and just walks out, throws the thistle away, and goes back to the barracks. So with the idea that now that Masha is not really in trouble, I have more precious things to do.
Ooh, ouch. Okay. I know what's going to happen there, but we're going to hold off on that. So let's go back to Masha and Dasha.
So how did Ira hold up as section leader?
Fine.
What about the cliffhanger of I've done worse in the last 24 hours? Was that Masha just changing the subject?
I'm just changing the subject.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was Masha purposely changing the subject.
Because we're still in
right. Yeah, this is not a good place to talk about
NKVD MP zone. We don't want to talk about bad things in here, right?
Right. Yeah. No, Ira did great. She flew with her sister, which is I don't know.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, they don't get along super well, as it turns out.
Well,
but other than that, it was good. Right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her for wanting her sister to play with her, but yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. I thought I saw Hannah. Is she?
She's flying with the first squadron, right?
Oh, I don't know. I thought I saw her
the first squadron. I can't keep track.
Yeah. We're the first squadron. We're the first squadron.
Okay. Well, whatever. I don't know. She got promoted, got her medals. Seemed to be moving upwards and outwards, right?
Yeah.
Has her eye on the major's job, I think.
Yeah, well, she'll be good at it. She knows how to I don't know, talk to people the way that you're supposed to talk to people here. I don't
yeah, I certainly
don't even know what to call it. That's how bad I am at it. She's good at politics.
Yeah.
But even though I'm terrible at it, look, do you know anybody I could talk to get you out of here? Because I mean, you need to be in the hospital, but you don't need to be in the brig. That's ridiculous.
Well, I think if you can get Major Bershinskaya to use her influence before Major Usilov finds out.
I mean,
Yeah.
she likes you. Yeah. Let's talk to her.
I mean, that's I guess that's what majors are for, right?
Right. Yeah. Obviously. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her. You just like
I'm not gonna move. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here.
don't move. Just like get some rest at least. Take advantage of that. You have to get some rest. There's nothing else you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, just stay safe tonight.
Yeah. And hey, don't piss these guys off.
I won't say a word. That's the only way I know how to not piss people off.
Well, they looked like they were looking for an excuse.
Dasha, right before you leave, 2 MPs and one guy you've never seen before in your life. Masha, same thing, 2 MPs and someone you've never seen before in your life. Come into your room and the MPs undo your handcuffs. And the guy you've never seen comes and he goes, "Oh man, I'm so sorry that happened to you, baby," and comes and sticks his tongue in your mouth.
Okay.
I didn't know you had a boyfriend, Masha.
There's some aphorism about looking a gift horse in the mouth. I think Masha is just too surprised and still, messed up in the head to do anything except like be a bit befuddled.
You silly thing! It was house 213, not 231.
Oh, well, you know me. I'm not a good navigator. Well, what about the asshole who hit me?
Oh, I mean, he just saw a stranger in his house and acted before he, before he realized that you were a pilot. He thought that you were, possibly a spy or a saboteur.
Oh yeah, that must have been it.
He's a good guy. Well, anyways, this war isn't going to fight itself.
Okay, well, thanks. Thanks, baby. I'm gonna go to the hospital now and get some proper medical treatment, right?
Yep.
Here, just lean on me, because yeah. Otherwise, he's going to volunteer, and something's weird here.
So Noella, what you see eventually is that the guy that Oleg dropped off comes out of the tent, and Oleg hands him basically a paper wrapped package that he sneaks into his coat, and the two drive off. And then a couple of minutes later, Dasha is carrying Masha over to the actual medical tent.
I think once Oleg and this mystery dude have driven off, and I think I kind of run over to Masha and Dasha and ask them what happened.
Well, yeah, this guy claimed that I was calling over to his place for coffee. No, I wasn't. And that I got the wrong address.
Well, I don't even know what happened with the original incident.
Oh, yeah. So I'll tell you. I'm not sure how much of a description I have of the guy and whether you joined the dots. But yeah, I'll tell you the story of how I ended up smacked over the head by this random guy.
And then how this other random guy came and got you out of the trouble. I was like, it's so bizarre.
That's I didn't realize you didn't know him at all.
I mean, unless his
What's the
friend
guy
thought
up
he'd
to?
be in a lot of trouble because he was
I didn't-
totally in the wrong.
I didn't
Maybe.
recognize him. I didn't recognize him either.
What about this other guy? The guy who hit me? Was that the guy who was picking him up? Right? So they just concocted a story to get them out of trouble? I don't know. That's not that I would pull that kind of scheme, but
No, that makes sense. That makes more sense than any. I can't think of any other reason for that. You know, he panicked and hit you and called the MPs and then realized that
He would get in trouble too.
way
Yeah.
overreacted, and
Yeah.
yeah. Well, hopefully I hope that's over.
yeah. But this guy who hit me, he was like a real shit. Like there was no provocation. He just couldn't stand that some woman, and I think I know it was Dasha, so I give her arm a squeeze, stole his plane.
Yeah.
These men are so fragile.
Yes.
They are. I'm not gonna say I wish I hadn't done that because, like, you know, it needed to be done. But
Well, I hope this just blows over.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, what can we do, right?
So Hannah, you're heading back to the barracks to get some sleep, and something that has become disturbingly common is that someone's sleeping in your bunk because there's not enough beds for all the women. So they're while the day shift works, the night shift sleeps, and while the night shift works, the day shift sleeps, and sometimes there's accidental overlap, so people have to actually sleep in the same bed at the same time. However, this time it's Andropova who's in your bed.
And Andropova is Masha's childhood friend, the stupid one.
Mm-hmm. And you hear, I think, while you like watch her, see her sleeping, you hear a voice in the ear from,
Sophia, I guess.
Yeah, it's Sophia who's haunting you. Sophia,
Yeah.
She's like, she is pretty.
I guess. Unfortunately, there's nothing in that pretty face or behind that pretty face.
She's apparently good at killing Nazis.
Well, we let her sleep for now. I need to talk to Nina anyways. I need to get up to speed. But I will tell that in her pretty face that she is a stupid bitch and shouldn't sleep in my bed. And then Hannah turns around and walks to the hangar or wherever Mirova is fixing the planes.
Yeah, so the actual space to work on the planes here is tight, and obviously the best space is dominated by the men who are working on the men's planes because that's how sexism works. So basically, literally outside, in the drizzle, is Morova, her usual swearing at everyone and everything.
I mean, she's a sergeant, so technically, she is. I'm her superior.
Yep.
Is that true?
That is technically true, and you can see if Nina gives a crap.
So Hannah approaches Nina and says, "What do you need?"
Couple of those yaks sound good.
Couple of what? Excuse me. As a player.
Yaks, the fighter pilot, the fighter planes that the men fly.
Yeah, I'm not a wizard. Anything we need for tonight? Anything I need to know?
Oh God. Well, we've been doing rush jobs on most of the maintenance. Rush jobs and patching planes with the very tents over our heads. So no good guarantees there.
How's 281 doing? And you see a loving look in Hannah's face.
Oh shit. No one's flown. 281 barely gets flown. I think the last person to take out was that Oksana woman. Shit. Wait a second. Fuck, that was the night before the Germans attacked. God damn it, don't fly that plane. It's cursed.
Don't be stupid. There's nothing, there's no such thing as a cursed plane. 281 is a fine plane.
I think right over Nina's shoulder, you see Sophia sitting on the nose of 281.
Yeah, she was always scared of that plane.
Who was scared of that plane? Nina says.
It's nothing. Only stupid people, and I look over at Sophia, only stupid people believe in actually, I think it's it's capitalist propaganda, isn't it? To be superstitious.
Look, you can say whatever the hell you want. Just avoid taking that damn plane out.
Well, I have news for you, Nina. I'm flying that plane tonight. You better get her in shape.
She's fine. She had proper maintenance. Oh my God, you're gonna get us all killed.
And then Hannah mock salutes, and where would she go? Did I pick the? Did Masha eventually get the coffee?
No.
And did Hannah pick that up? I think she did. That there was something about the coffee when Tasha and Masha were talking. So yeah, I think I'm going to hunt for some coffee because
okay.
I won't get any sleep because someone is sleeping in my bed.
Well, then you're going to be taking a harm, but we'll deal with that later. So roll scrounge.
Scrounge is plus luck.
Or you can do it by the book for flat, right? We've never done it because why do it when you're lucky? But you can do it by the book for a flat roll.
Oh yeah, you can do it flat by going through the proper channels.
Would that be what is it? Would be the one to talk to?
It would probably be
is it just
Yuria Masha Petrova?
Yeah, let's. I mean, I'm all for the proper channels. Let's go to her.
Yeah, so she. Yeah,
Does she-
okay, I know how this is going to go down. So she and a couple of you find her and a couple of other officers talking with the general. But it's not actually in an official setting. It's like they're talking about work, but decided not like to do work in a less official like they're trying to get shit done not in the offices so that they can like cut through all the bullshit. So they're kind of at just one of the mess tables talking and really arguing over supplies right now.
So Hannah approaches the table or wherever they're sitting with a little bit of distance and clears her throat.
I think you're overhearing. We can barely patch your planes right now. Oh, hello, Lieutenant.
Another salute. Can I borrow the senior lieutenant for a second?
Well, what do you need? We were just going over some supplies. Perhaps my colleagues in the 218th and 286 might be able to weigh in on this.
Well, my women need a little bit of a boost. The mission tonight will be stressful, I think, and they haven't had the chance to get any shut eye. So I'm officially what would be the verb, like requesting rations for them for tonight.
Are you saying rations of coffee?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll it.
Plus nothing. That is a 7.
Okay. So you get what you need, but you have to choose 2.
Well, I take I incur a debt and I attract unwanted attention.
Okay. So I think the initial response for you asking for coffee is laughter. And the general actually says, we don't, coffee isn't something that, we have rations of. That's ridiculous.
Well, General, with all due respect, we haven't had anything for months, and it will be a boost for morale.
Are you going to bring up the conversation you overheard in the barracks? Because that's what I was angling for.
So I'm sorry, I'm blanking out. Can you repeat what the last thing he said?
So he's under the impression that none of the soldiers get rations of coffee.
I know, General, for a fact that coffee has been dispensed for like purely selfish, might I say, capitalist reasons for the men. And the only thing I beg of you is a small supply for the fighting women to get us focused on the mission.
He calls over one of his secretaries and he's like, do what you can with the command supply. We'll see, if we can brew a couple of pots for you women. Meanwhile, let's have a conversation. And he turns to the group of people about the proper dispensation of rations.
And Hannah turns around, and there's definitely a half smile, because sticking it to the male pilots is a good thing.
Yeah, won't have any negative repercussions. So let's go back to Masha, Dasha, and Tasha. Oh my God, what happened here?
Don't know what happened here. Right, yeah. So I assume we're like, kind of sitting in the infirmary while Masha either waits to get patched up or is like they're, stitching up the head wound or whatever. Did Masha ever get the guy's name?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I did. David, did I? I mean, I know as a player, but I don't think Masha knows at all. And I don't think the boyfriend dropped his name or anything.
He would have been like are you asking the boyfriend's name or the attacker's name?
Oh, the attacker.
I mean, if you spotted it on his dog tags, maybe.
Well, he was virtually naked, right? He had a towel.
Right. That's right. I forgot. Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch. Actually, I do have an idea, but I think
I can find out.
Well, Dasha flew in his plane.
Yeah, exactly. Who flies that plane?
So, well,
there's also the MP records.
Yeah.
Plane. I don't know how it is in the Red Army in 1943, but a lot of the times planes have active pilot names stenciled in them.
If not, I can ask around.
Yeah, you could ask a mechanic who flies his plane regularly, and who you gazumped.
Yep.
Or maybe don't. Maybe get someone else to do that. You don't want to get called up.
Yeah, I don't want this to be a deal, so I'm gonna say you can get you can get his name.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I'm quite in physical shape to go on a rampaging streak of revenge from a 19th century Russian novel.
I just pat your arm and I'm like, give it a couple of days.
Yeah, give me a couple of days.
Wait, so do now the characters know who the name is, or are we gonna?
Yeah, I was aiming for you to know what his name was. I don't care, but you might.
Yeah, I think we kind of figure out what the name was, and I just like, so we're sitting like in the infirmary, and I kind of excuse myself to go to the bathroom, and I just start like puking.
So I think Masha maybe thinks that is not a normal reaction from being in the infirmary, and kind of pats Dasha on the arm and says, "You better see what's up. If he's been an asshole to me, he's probably done it to someone else."
Oh, yeah, good point.
It's like, who is Masha becoming? That's where my brain is now. It's like, this is not her. She's got a head wound.
No, it's funny because that it would not have occurred to me until you you totally had to tell me that. Yeah, I'll go find her.
I'll just collapse now.
Tasha?
I'm just like weeping on the floor.
Hey, what's wrong? I mean, everything's wrong. What's wrong right now? 'Cause,
So I reveal a secret.
Is that a...
The mark? It's under marks.
Okay, so the marks, when bad things happen, you get marked, and then you have to do the, and then you have to pick one of those marks that will happen.
Okay.
You don't just do a thing to get marked, because getting marked is not a good thing.
Okay. So I don't think I'm going to be able to tell her just yet exactly what's going on.
Okay.
I think I kind of pondered on a little bit and like, I'm sorry, but like, no like real information is coming out.
Right. Yeah. That's I am going to make the assumption that you are upset about most of your section dying. That's a reasonable thing to be upset about. Yeah. Let's get you back to the barracks, and I don't want them to see you here and think that you're having an attack or something. I like kind of lead Tasha back toward the barracks tents. And so I guess this is I'm not sure who I'm asking here, but how long has Tasha been, like, did Tasha like just join the regiment, or has she been around but like just hasn't flown with the section before?
I think she's been around for a little while, but just hasn't, like, is kind of new to your section.
Okay, cool. So like I would know you from, and I would have had reason to like observe you before. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I've made some assumptions that are completely wrong.
Like, what assumptions have you made about her?
Well, like I said, right now I have no idea that this guy is the thing that prompted this. I just assumed that, like, you were very upset, and we finally like had a chance to sit down, and we're talking with Masha, and then suddenly you did the thing that I'm avoiding doing. By like stopping and letting it sink in, right? Yeah, so okay, yeah, look, there's nothing I can say about this. I'm glad you're still alive. Like, I don't know. Come on, let's. And yeah, I think I just like I'm just kind of awkwardly trying to comfort Tasha without actually talking about like what I think she's upset about.
Yeah.
That sounds like reaching out, even though, that you're not saying anything particular. One means you're showing that you care about her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's just flat, right?
Yep. Unless
7.
you have regard.
I don't think so. No, I did regard the first session, so no. So it's just 7.
Okay, you get to choose one.
Cool. I like reach out, and none of the options are terrible.
Unless you fail.
This is true. I'm going to remove 1 harm each.
Okay.
Because I think we're both at 2, right? Or
yep.
I'm at definitely 2. Cool.
I have 1.
Well, now you have 0. So.
Which is good, because if you're not going to rest, you would gain another harm. Or you can get some sleep. In any case, we're at about the halfway mark, so let's take a 5-minute break. I want, there's still time to get some rest, and if you're at 1 harm and you get rest, that 1 harm goes away. So think about what you're going to be doing during the day, and then we'll build up to our mission for tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone's back in. So really, nobody has slept in the last 24 hours. There are a huge shortage of beds because there's a lot of other people who got thrown off their sleeping schedule because of craziness. So what are people's approaches to sleeping or not sleeping right now?
Is it an option to sleep in the cursed plane for Hannah?
Oh, absolutely. It's not it's not a great idea, but you can absolutely sleep there.
Yeah, so Hannah would put something in her ears, open the whatever it's called, and make herself as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, it doesn't fully drown out the banging and scratching and Rova's constant swearing.
So I think I can't sleep, and so I think before Dasha left me to go do her own thing, kind of like took her arm and said, "That man, Chazov, is dangerous." And then for kind of the rest of the day, like, I try to sleep, but I can't, so I just kind of walk around the base.
Dasha.
Yeah, so if the beds are already occupied, I'm going to go like, I'm just gonna go find a place to sort of like hide. Which means that I'm sure somebody will come across me, but in character, I'm gonna look for a place to just sort of like hide and maybe sleep, maybe just like hide.
I'm gonna have to think about that.
Yeah, sure.
Masha, what's your plan for getting some sleep?
I'm staying in the hospital bed I am assigned to. Right?
That's very true. You do have a bed of your own tonight.
I feel like that as much as I'd love to get up to something to boost the mission pool, I'm at 3 harm, and if I go without sleep, I'll be, buried here permanently at this duty station.
You had an opportunity to heal some harm.
Yeah. I'm sleeping.
All you need to do is find someone else to reach out to.
Yeah. I'm gonna sleep.
Okay. Hannah's in the cursed plane. So Dasha, like when you say hide, are you just like looking for privacy?
Yeah.
Are you looking for somewhere comfortable?
I don't. Yeah, I'm looking for privacy. I don't want to talk to anybody. Also, I would like to sleep, but
probably the best place for that is, and it might be dangerous, but sleeping in one of the shells of buildings in that scorched village.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I could definitely see doing that. And I haven't slept in 24 hours, so yeah. I'm not thinking too clearly here. Yeah, so I think I'm just kind of like looking at the barracks, like I don't see any free beds. I'm kind of annoyed and like I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to talk to people. I'm gonna just wander into the burned village. Um, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have any idea what to do with that other than like, that is, unfortunately, it's like, that is what my character would do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with that.
Okay, and Tasha is just wandering around the camp, correct? Are you leaving the field or no?
Am I what?
Are you leaving the duty station?
Maybe I go to the Scorched Village, but not beyond that.
Okay. So Dasha, you've dozed off and you don't know for how long. And someone's shaking your shoulder.
Hey. Okay, I'm up.
So sorry to disturb your rest, but I have to ask, why would a Soviet soldier choose to sleep in the rain and ash as opposed to in a bunk?
All the bunks were taken.
The general frowns at that.
Oh shit, it's the general. Yeah, no, the bunks were taken, and I didn't want to wake anybody else up and kick them out of bed.
So there's not enough beds for everyone to sleep in.
No, not all at the same time, because we don't sleep all at the same time, but sometimes schedules get interrupted, and things happen, and
things like the German attack.
Yeah, like that.
It's hard to maintain that was beneficial when I see my soldiers, and he kind of just gestures to this burnt out building.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What can I do for you, soldier?
Me? I don't. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what you're asking me here.
At this point, I see the sacrifices that you are making. And I want to say that they are too much, but I don't know how to make this better. So please, tell me, what can I do for the people I'm asking to die? Or at least put their lives on the line.
Sir, this is funny because like I'm the last person who should be making these decisions, and I know it, and like, oh shit, I have to speak for my regiment right now. I'm a sergeant. So we never have enough supplies, and when we do, the 218th just takes it. We're always short on fuel. We're always short on parts. Sometimes we're short on bombs. We're short on beds. We are short on everything. I'm sorry, I don't know where to even start with what to ask for. I am failing my regimen here.
It sounds like you're reaching out to him.
Yeah, I'm being completely honest. If awkward, but honest. Which seems to be my thing today. But that's a 3, so...
Bombs, fuel, and beds.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, to get an accurate list of exactly what we could requisition if we could, you could talk to the major. You could I don't know.
You after all of this, you still want to fight. And he gets up and walks away. And he totally got the wrong message.
What message did he get?
That when no matter how shitty this is, you just want more shit that will help you fight more.
Which is funny because I guess that was kind of like the thing I was willing to talk about, you know? Yeah, that's what you would talk about with a general, yeah, right?
He's no longer concerned about sending you to your deaths.
Right, but like you can't ask the general not to send you to your death, right?
So you do get the opportunity to get more sleep. Kasha, you are walking around and you actually see Oleg working on his yak.
Same yak that Dasha stole.
Was that?
The same yak that Dasha stole.
Yep. He's he's doing the whole thing of not wearing a shirt while he works and, swearing at the dumb bitch who, who queered up all, his whole plane. He's like tightening every bolt, checking every gauge.
Does he see me?
He's pretty focused on his work right now. So unless you do something to make him make yourself more apparent.
I think I trip over some tools or something that makes a loud noise.
He looks over.
Does
takes
he
a moment to recognize you. He's like, oh, dumb bitch.
Is that all he says? Or does he not realize who I am?
Oh, you definitely saw that he recognized you. Like, you see him looking at you, kind of the squinting, and then the eyes go wide, and then just, back to, dumb bitch, and goes back to working on his plane. Eventually he's like, what, do you want something?
No, I'm trying to figure out if I want, do I want to start a confrontation? Do I want to just walk away?
No, when he notices that, he's not looking at you, but eventually he just says to you while concentrating on his plane, what, do you want something?
I see assaulting women runs in the family.
So that's what you want to do? Just harass me? Well, I've got work to do. What do you know about family?
I know a dumb bitch who can fly that plane better than you ever could.
Yeah.
I just start walking away at this point.
I think he shouts at you. You took away a good soldier, and you ruined an honorable family.
I kind of stop and I turn around, and it's like, I'm scared, but I'm also angry, and so I kind of march back up into him. I would say, there was nothing honorable about your brother or your family.
Oh, that is totally acting up like a hooligan. Actually, it could be acting up like a lady.
I think like a lady.
Yeah, I now that I said it, that makes way more sense. That's acting up like a lady.
It's a 5. But I have plus guts, so that's my guts is 7, so I got a 7.
Okay, you get to choose one. You can make them do what you want. You can ensure there are no consequences, or you can add to the mission pool.
I'll add to the mission pool.
Awesome. You know nothing about my family.
I know more about your family than you ever did.
What? That my brother was a monster? We knew that. That's why he was going off to the war the next week. He could have died with honor and left his shame in the dark. Instead, you embarrassed us all.
Deserved it.
Did my mother deserve it? Did his children deserve it? They will go through their lives knowing that the person that they loved was a monster, something that they did not need to know.
Really? They didn't deserve the truth? You would rather have them lie? He would have done it to somebody else, too.
No, because he would have been out here on the front lines. I knew what he was.
Would have done it. He would have. It didn't matter where he was. He would have done it again.
To some traitorous Nazi bitch.
Oh, was I a traitorous Nazi bitch when I was 16?
He needed one more week to get out here in a way, and you had to tempt him into this.
Me? So you're saying it's my fault your brother is a monster?
I couldn't change the fact that he was a monster. All I could do was to make sure it was to do my best to put him somewhere where he couldn't do any more harm. And you ruined that. That's on your head.
Can I punch him?
Oh, absolutely. He is such an asshole right now.
Do I have to roll for that, or am I just going to punch him?
You are going to punch him, but act out like a hooligan to see if you get away with this. By the way, sorry if I was out of line. Yes, those were terrible things I was saying. He was victim blaming. He was doing all of the terrible patriarchy things because that is part of this game.
So I got a 6, and I think I -1 on luck, so I got a 5.
Yeah, so you punch him in the face, and several men come right up to you, including one person with major stripes on his uniform. Actually, you know this guy. This is totally Major Turbin, the guy who made advances towards you. What the hell is going on here?
He insulted me.
He insulted you, and you assaulted him. Women really are weak.
How bad would the consequences be if I punched Major Turbin in the face?
You could try, but there's a couple of a couple of his men were pulled you off of Oleg.
I think I'd just start cussing Oleg out.
I'm
I'm so mad I can't think straight.
Yeah. I don't know Russian derogatory terms, but he tells his men to take this something terrible away.
Yeah, and I think it's I'm being taken away. I just start yelling at him my brother was a rapist and a monster and he deserved to die.
Oh my god.
I'm just if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
Oh wow, that is an airwoman self-destructing right there. Completely understandable. These people are being awful, but okay.
It's just this is me talking. It's just normally I would let things go slower, but I don't I'm only here for this session for sure, so we might as well just go there.
Oh no, I absolutely get it. I think they try to take you to the brig, and I'm just gonna. Well, let's see. We are at 2 hours in. Yeah, I'd rather not do the mission at the very end, so I'm going to just kind of get things going. Pershazskaya basically gets you out of the brig to fly the mission tonight. Speaking of which, Hana, eventually you get woken up by Morova and says, "Hey, you got to get to work."
And I think Nina probably sees Hana for the first time with her new hairstyle because she was sleeping and the head was somewhere. And she rubs her sleep out of her eyes and says, "What time is it? When do I have to be there?"
Yeah, about 15 minutes till your debrief.
Shit, I have to make coffee.
Already brewing at the mess tent. She's holding up the mug that you oftentimes see her drinking ethanol out of during less formal times. And you see the steam rising out off of it. Thanks, by the way.
You can be a sweetheart. Well, sometimes. And yeah, I go to the barracks to I don't know, to somehow share the coffee or call the soldiers in.
Oh no, the coffee is already set up, waiting to go. One of those giant, thermos pots things, whatever they had back in those days.
Yeah, I would like to talk to the squadron, so to speak, to see who's in good shape, who I can, because will I put them in the planes?
Yeah, you're being called in for your debrief, just like you do every evening.
Yeah.
And you're finding out who's getting assigned to your unit now.
Uh-huh. So yeah, so before I go to the meeting, I would like to drop in the barracks, but there's nobody I know there, I guess, because I think Masha is in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and Dasha is sleeping in a village somewhere, and Ira is not there, I guess. So yeah, when I don't see anyone, I go to the briefing.
So yeah. Since Petrova has died, it has been Lobodeva who has been doing a lot more of the debriefs. So she comes in and she says, "Okay, ladies, Hana, you're back on 1A. We need this is a routine mission, but I'll be honest, the chips are really down, are really high on this. We've got just gonna say the general has been expressing his displeasure at our lack of supplies, and he's pushing on his staff to get us better distribution. In order to do that, though, we need to provide results. Tonight, I actually haven't read this mission. Okay, tonight we are going. We are going to hit the German Panzer Depot to the southwest of here. Now, the Panzers have been ever since their push, the Panzer squads have been suffering. We think now is a good place to make them crack. We're expecting their air support, and we're expecting some anti-aircraft cannon. Be prepared and be on the lookout. Before you go, though, Hannah, though, Lobodeva pulls you aside.
Senior Lieutenant.
This is Captain.
Oh, Captain. I'm sorry.
Not
a fault that Hannah would have made.
Yeah, this is the chief of staff of the regiment. Look, I need you back on 1A because they need some stability right now. Something's going on with that Tasha girl. This is we're probably shipping her home after this. Also, I know tensions are high. I've heard I think you've heard about what happened with Masha. Don't know what's going through Masha's head these days. She's been quiet, which is odd.
But it was a misunderstanding with Masha. Is she able to fly?
Concussed. Wouldn't be safe.
Damn. She's a bitch, but she's a good pilot.
Maybe you should tell her that some time.
Well, she knows that she's a bitch. She knows that I think that she's a bitch. Maybe I should tell her that she's a good pilot, but I think she knows that as well.
Look, I know things haven't always been the smoothest with you, but I think a familiar face and some stability would help them out. What I need, though, is some fucking empathy from you. And I know it's not your strong point, but I need to know, we need to know what's going through their heads, and if they're falling apart or not. If they are, we want to see if we can put them back together before shit goes down.
Can I trust Tasha? Can I trust her to pull through? I need to put someone in the planes.
Look, I don't know what's going through her head. It's something with her past. She made some pretty severe accusations. In any case, she's not fit for duty, but I'd rather see her get one last mission in. Show that she is a good soldier before she goes back home.
Understood, Captain.
Good luck out there. Watch your back. So, time to assign some planes.
It's how much time do I have? Can I have a quick talk with Masha?
Sure.
Yeah, Hannah walks to the what is it, like a tent?
Yeah, it's the medical tent. It's it's a nice tent. It is really designed to keep things dry and clean.
And yeah, I go from bed to bed to look for her.
Yeah, there she is.
And is she sleeping? Probably.
Probably, but I think she has like a bit of a newspaper kind of in her sleeping hand that she had been reading before she finally conked it.
And yeah, like the Hannah's shadow falls on your newspaper.
So yeah, maybe Masha wakes up her perimeter security lizard brain kicks into high gear. Hannah, what the fuck did you do with your hair?
Sergeant Gerasimov, what are you doing here?
Oh, my apologies, Lieutenant Ruthman. I've been put into the infirmary by the medical officer of the regiment. I got hit. Well, I wasn't in great shape anyway from lack of sleep, running several missions one after another, and then someone hit me with a pistol.
Always getting in trouble. Didn't you kick Usimov in the balls?
Yeah.
Can I sit? And Anna doesn't wait and just sits on the bed. Look, we need you. I mean, I have to tell you from Lebodova that you're a fucking good pilot, apparently. And
I mean, I got a medal for that bombing run, obviously, so she must be, right?
Oh, you got a medal? And
yeah.
Hannah adjusts her jacket.
Yeah, but they're handing them out to everyone these days, I see.
Let me have a look at your... Where did he pistol whip you?
So there's a big bandage across her head.
Yeah, and I think Hannah brushes the hair out of your face, and she says, "Don't be such a pussy. That's barely a scratch."
You've got pilots. You've got good pilots who are not on death's door.
Hannah actually laughs. My sweet summer child, you're not at death's door. And we do need you. And I make my reach out roll. And unless I'm cursed.
What did you get?
The exact same result, a 3, but that's how it is.
Oh. So,
Can I? Sorry,
Donna, I'm going to offer you a bargain.
Okay.
I am going to let you choose each of you heal a harm. If you take this as Hannah is in love with you.
Masha takes it as.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If Masha takes it as that
Yeah.
Hannah's in love with her.
Yeah. It was a tender gesture, I have to say, but it was not meant in any.
Like you have to think that Hannah's got it hard for you. Like,
see, I guess in our last session, right, when Hannah gets back from that informal interview, we had I thought like a moment of friendship, right?
Mhm.
But Hannah has obviously left that behind.
Well, maybe not you. Like the way you interpret it is on you.
Yeah, sure.
Hannah definitely remembers that moment.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that devil's bargain. So, Masha, like when you kind of unwrap the bandage and when you kind of brush your hair back, I think Masha like turns her head so that your hand is trapped and she just takes it. I guess you're right, Lieutenant. I just want to lay around in bed all day like a filthy counter-revolutionary. So Masha kind of works her legs out from under the bed, the sheets, and she is not like. I think when she stands up, she is not ready. Like her legs are wobbly. And,
yeah, Hannah supports her, obviously.
But yeah, when do we fly? Masha says.
Get your uniform, Sergeant. We're flying now.
Obviously, but maybe get me some coffee, and then I'll love you forever.
I've got good news for you. Nina just made a big pot,
and I'm sure I'll grow to love Nina as well in her own special way.
Oh my God! I thought you were going to take the night off to heal the 2 harm.
Well,
apparently not.
If your lieutenant tells you you've got to get up and fly, and you are technically well enough to fly, then you've got to go for it.
Oh, this is going to be a shit show. I love it. You do get to heal that harm though, because I did make that promise.
So now I'm
you are
technically well enough to fly, but not well enough to fly.
But you're flying high on love. Hannah, you're just flying on friendship.
Yeah, well, maybe. Camaraderie.
Well, here's the thing. Is this the most un-Masha-like thing you have ever seen Masha do?
Yeah. by far.
Oh, she obviously has a concussion here.
Yeah. So Masha with a concussion is a real interesting person.
Scary.
Okay, so putting her in a plane, obviously. Let's see, who do we have? So I'm flying Hannah is flying 281, and she's taking the lead, or whatever it's called, the
Common run.
yeah, the attack run. And I want, let's see, where's the I would like to have Masha. What's our best plane?
256, obviously.
Yeah. Oh,
By the way, 281 has picked up a nickname, Rusalka.
nice. Yeah, I think I put Dasha in 256. And what's the second best? The wild one, I guess, is the 51 is for Masha. Maybe the one.
No, Hannah, you've put me in 256. I will navigate this bedraggled section directly on target. Yeah, I'm your best navigator, right?
All right. Let's see.
I'll fly with Dasha.
Or should I put Dasha on the attack? Guts. Yeah. So Dasha's doing the attack run. No, I'm sorry. I'm taking everything back. Masha is doing the attack run, and Dasha is the navigator.
Oh, harsh. So Masha, the girl with the concussion, is flying.
Yes. And she's wayfinding in a delirium.
You're trying to get us all killed dramatically, aren't you?
I am high on love and coffee. I mean, there's no stopping me.
So Masha's wayfinding.
Or did you say I'm leading the attack run, Horst?
Yeah, I'm obviously gaming the system. So I see skill. Dasha has the skill, and the skill is for the attack run. And Masha has the guts.
I have the guts.
You have guts as well.
I have all the things.
Yeah.
Masha's the luck.
Except the landing the plane afterwards.
I don't have the skill. I was going to mention that I believe Tasha also has guts. So leading the attack run, like,
yeah,
if narratively that would make sense. I don't know.
It makes sense to have a burn out like a star.
Yeah. You know, last chance, probably. Maybe.
If you're talking about mechanically speaking, I can take fire and navigate well. So you put me in the navigator's seat, and I will hopefully bring the pilot home alive.
So Tasha does the attack run. Tasha, the attack run, and Masha is doing the wayfinding. And then let's see which planes. So Tasha gets the 51, and Dasha gets the 38. Can we have 4 planes?
It's 3 planes get flown a night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think maybe it is a good idea to have Dasha and Tasha in one plane. So, and it's an old tradition to have Dasha not flying.
It is an old tradition that really pisses off Tasha.
I know.
And, you know, apparently when it's a single seat, plane like a Yak one. There's no way out of it. She has to fly.
Yeah, she just doesn't have to have bullets.
No, but you know, who needs bullets when you're a lady, right?
I did promise Nina to not put Dasha in danger. I remember.
And then the NPCs that you have are Junior Lieutenant Cardina, Sergeant Sonia, who is Irina's sister, and Junior Lieutenant Filipova, who was in the 586 and washed out. You hear rumors that she's Jewish.
So we have Filipova, Groshina, and who was the third?
Cardina, Filipova, and Sonia. I'm not going to say the last name. Basically, Irina's sister.
Yeah. So Irina's sister gets into my plane, into the cursed one. And then I'm sorry, Filipova gets into Masha's, and then the last one is for Tasha.
Okay, I'm going to let you finish it, filling it out, because I completely lost track.
Yeah, it's okay. I will do it.
So Masha, when you show up at the barracks, all the women cheer, and all the men are giving you dirty looks.
So I'm raising my coffee cup to them, to the ladies in a toast, and the men are getting the dregs on the ground in front of them. No, I'm not even wasting coffee on them. I'm just, ignoring them. I'm drinking every last drop of coffee I'm able to get my hands on. This isn't going to last for long.
No.
I think probably everyone, to be honest, in the section and the squadron is like, this is Masha's long lost twin sister or something like this. It looks like her and it sounds like her, but it's not acting like her.
Okay.
So sorry, who am I flying with? Am I flying with Dasha?
Yes, you are flying.
Yeah. Well, I think by the time we get to the plane, I am nudging Dasha into the pilot seat. So if I'm happy that Hana is not looking at us, it's like, I'm not the best. I can still do the mission. I'm here just for Hana.
Yeah, I can see that. And yeah, kind of like, actually, like, I kind of like, half hug you, which is unusual because I don't think Dasha touches. I think Dasha acts with Nina in public in a way that would be completely appropriate between friends. And the only reason that's weird is that she doesn't do that with friends.
Yeah.
So I think when you hug Masha, Nina, like, the camera shows over the shoulder, Nina just like scowling.
Yeah. Like, okay, look, I will. Yeah. Just. I'll try to keep you out of out of it as much as possible. 'Cause
No,
you're clearly not
I'm-
okay.
I'm navigating. We're going straight into it.
Okay, yeah. What the hell was Hannah thinking?
Oh, she's changed. I don't know. She's kind of different. I mean, yeah. I mean, she went away. She changed her hair. I still like her, even though I shouldn't. She's a horrible person, really. But
See, I
she has her moments.
don't
Right?
think she's a bad person. I just think this is a really. What the hell was she? Okay, I don't know why she's having you fly at all. Yeah, okay, just like try not to black out or anything.
I'm gonna puke right now before we leave, and then I'll be fine.
Jesus. Okay.
Right before you puke, though, the attack siren goes off, meaning that the base is under attack.
Again. I guess we don't have to fly as far to drop bombs on panzers today.
So basically, Bershkova, I'm totally said her name wrong, rushes out and is like, everyone's evacuating. Planes in the sky. I want you to do a long circle and then bomb our own fields.
Understood.
25 minutes in the air and then bomb our own fields.
I have two questions. Are we denying the airfield to the Germans, or are we bombing the people who are occupying it?
Probably both.
Okay, and then we can land in a field, right, Dasha?
Yeah, that's no problem.
So the actual mission that's right in here is attacking your own airfield, hastily evacuated, and now being overrun by the enemy. German troops are on the ground and preparing to land aircraft, which would be a disaster.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that hasty enough of an evacuation?
That's a hasty evacuation. Yeah, I think I look over at Nina and like, go be safe. Which is unusual because it's usually the other way around.
This is obviously when the penny drops for Dasha, maybe? Or am I too concussed for that?
Actually, Nina hops in 38.
Oh no.
With let's see, who is going to be with her? Horst, you used all three, correct? Of the NPCs I gave you?
No, only two, because Dasha and Masha are in the same plane.
Okay, that's what I thought. Who did you leave out?
Yeah, I don't know. I used Yelena Filipova and Zonia.
Okay, so Kardina is still there. So Kardina, Barova's going to navigate then. Kardina's going to fly. So let's start off with our wayfinding roll.
We're right here, right?
Well, no, you have to evacuate the base, get up in the air, and give the German troops a chance to get to the base before you can bomb it.
Okay. Hold on, let me pull this up. That is a 10.
That is a good thing that it's a 10, because if it was a 7 to 9, the consequence would be enemy fire, guaranteed.
I mean, how difficult it is to find your own airfield, right? I couldn't mess that one up.
I don't know. You do have a concussion. So then lead the attack run, which is on Tasha.
I got a 6.
Okay, would you like to spend from the mission pool?
Yes.
How many would you like to spend? I don't think you can get up to a 10, so probably
Just
not
one.
all of it.
This one.
Okay. So then you need to choose some consequences, I believe. Yes. So you choose 2 consequences. The damage to the target is not significant, and it's your fault. You fly through a storm of flak, triggers enemy fire. Do it. Do it. Do it. A plane in the section is damaged. My choice. You and your fellow airwomen are marked.
I'm going to choose Storm of Flak, and me and fellow airwomen are marked.
Nice. So you need to choose what your mark is. And let's see, who's in your plane with you? Yelena. Ooh. Well, let's roll that enemy fire. Unless someone else wants to steal that consequence. I guess they could also steal the marked consequence as well.
No, Masha's at 2 harm.
Yeah. So
I can't take fire for both of us.
Hannah is flying Vedomaya. What does it mean again? Like
So basically, once in the mission, you can take over a consequence that another plane is taking. So you could take the marked, or you can take the trigger enemy fire.
Yeah, Hannah takes the fire, I think.
Okay, so
narratively, I don't know what kind of it's like an anti-aircraft fire, and I think that Hannah nudges the plane between the line of fire and Tasha's plane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So actually, I was thinking what it is the German fighters are coming in, and basically they're there to shoot any resistance for the Germans to land their own planes on site.
Yeah. So go on.
Yeah, and basically in the past, the Germans haven't figured out how to shoot down PO2s. They're learning, so they're actually doing, staying much further away to line up their shots, so that way when they get into range, they can just adjust a little bit and have a clear line of sight. So there's like 5 planes pointed at basically pointed at Tasha, and my guess is you swoop you're probably like swooping in.
Yeah, maybe trying to make them follow my plane instead of Tasha's.
Yeah, totally works. So roll plus luck.
What can go wrong?
Everything.
I have the blue ones. Ooh, my God. That is a 10, and -1 is a 9.
And you still have mission pool.
And I still have mission pool.
This is making me so sad. I never get to shoot you down.
I invest 1 point to bring it up to a 10.
So yeah, you kind of come in and you basically buzz right in front of these fighters, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And they go chasing after you. So yeah, you so basically, here's the option I'm going to give to the team, though. Everything's looking pretty good here, but you have 2 options. You can destroy the airfield right now to make it so that the German planes have to turn back. And that's probably going to get some soldiers. or you can delay, let the soldiers get there, let the planes land, fuck up the planes, fuck up the soldiers. Do a more devastating bombing run that way. However, that's riskier.
Yeah, I go obviously the second option. What did you say?
Okay, so you're gonna bait them into thinking that they got their way and fucking them up when they are not prepared. So do attempt fate.
Let's do this. I mean, I can also, I don't know if we can like communicate with hand gestures or something. Mm-hmm. I would give Tasha the order to, like with hand gestures saying, wait, and then.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In order to redeem himself.
So this is a guts roll. And we'll see how that turns out for you.
Anuela, that's for you, I think.
No, you were in command, so that was your call.
So let's see. Where's my guts? Well, could be worse. And that is a 9. I'm rolling like a god today.
Ooh. Is there still a mission pool?
1. Nah, is there?
Started with 3. I know Noella took 1 and you took 1.
Yeah, well then I'm using the last one, obviously. I mean, we do have to land, but fuck it.
Yep. Well, we do have to do. Do we have to do another attack run, David?
No, the mission changed.
Okay.
Obviously, the troops weren't where we thought they were.
Right.
So I say we spend the last point now, get a clean attack on the planes, and then we see where and how we land.
Yep. So every pilot needs to make a wheels down if they're landing in the airfield, because the airfield is full of potholes and, well, really bomb holes and debris. Actually, no. The airfield's not an option. It's covered in the debris and dirty and dead bodies of German soldiers. So you are making wheels down to land in town and then have to pull the planes in, or or land in a forced clearing and find a way to get the plane home somehow. But no one is landing at the actual base.
I think Dasha is going to land in the back garden of one of those 218th holiday cabins.
You definitely, do you tell me to do that?
Well, I mean, it's like I'm pointing, and I know you can fly this on onto a, whatever, a 5 shekel piece, whatever the Russian equivalent of landed on a dime is.
Yeah. I would love to, except
you're not the pilot.
No, she is.
No, I am. We switched places secretly when Hannah wasn't looking. Yeah, I'm trying not to draw attention to myself these days. So I think that I'm not going to do that, as much fun as it would be. I'm making a responsible choice here.
Landing on a road like a normal person.
Yeah, I'm gonna I think land in the burnt village, maybe, because I'm assuming that Masha is really, really not okay at all, and I don't want her to have to march miles through the forest. So I'm gonna do the what seems like the safest option here, which is to land in that burnt village.
So that's not a roll, is it? That's just you say it happens and it happens.
I don't know. Is it possible to land here?
Yes, you can find a place that's possible to land. I assume you're using 11.4 meters tip to tip.
Yeah.
So then Tasha also needs to land a plane, I believe.
You land it in the woods.
Okay. Go ahead and roll with, I believe, guts.
I think it's skill.
Is it skill? Wheels down. Is skill. Sorry about that.
I rolled an 8.
Okay, so on an 8, you pring the plane, choose 2 consequences. It's unflyable, casualties on board, your lack of skill, courage, or care with the people's machinery is noted. Your landing puts you in immediate danger.
I'm going to do plane is unflyable and casualties on board.
Okay, so you split 3 harm between you and Yelena.
I'm going to do 2 for me and 1 for her.
Okay. So what does that look like? You damage the plane and...
I think we crash into a tree.
Okay, yeah, it's... And I think when you crashed into a tree, like, you didn't crash into the trunk, like, you landed in the branches of the tree.
Yeah.
So you get hurt falling out of the tree?
Well, we get hurt during the landing. I think Yelena gets a concussion, and I think my arm gets trapped by when we the impact of the plane of the landing crunches the plane a little bit, and my arm gets crushed, and it's so bad it'll have to be amputated.
You're saying that you do have to be amputated?
My arm will have to be amputated.
That is more than 2 harm.
Oh, okay. Well, would that be 3 then?
So basically, if you do that's basically saying that your character is out of the game.
Oh, okay. Well, then my arm is just really injured then.
Yeah, you could have...
It's really broken.
Yeah, you could say, hey, there's something wrong with my arm, and, whether it's a break or a sprain is, or a broken arm versus a dislocated shoulder would be the difference between 2 and 3 harm. 3 harm means that you cannot you cannot fly. Whereas 2 means it's a bad idea to fly. Right, Masha?
This is how you get medals. That's all I know. You just do stupid things for the motherland, right?
Oh, come on. I have no medals, and I do stupid things for the motherland constantly.
Yeah, okay, I think it's when you do things like say, hey, I'm going to fuck up some Nazis that gets you those medals.
It's really when you put your advancements into getting medals, right? That's the key part here. It's...
So it's, let's see. Oh, and Hana needs to land her plane.
Yes. That is a 7 plus, well, I'm not getting a 10 anyways.
I don't know. Are you?
No, it's plus skill plus 1. I have an 8.
I mean, so you have another co-pilot on board.
Well, what can I do with her?
I thought that your move. I think you have at least one. Yeah, you have one use left of Ghost.
Oh, that co-pilot.
Yeah, that co-pilot.
But I like to have her around. No, I do take the 7 to 9.
Okay, so you need to choose 2. Your plane is unflyable. There's casualties on board. Your lack of skill, courage, or care with the people's machinery is noted. Or your landing puts you in immediate danger.
Jesus.
Why do I think I like it when you guys fail on missions?
Well, that's not an option. I think, the cursed plane is unflyable. And we split the 3 harm. And it's 1 for me and 2 for Sophia. That is her name. Sonia, sorry.
Sonia. Oh,
It's not, but it'd be funny if you called her that.
Oh yeah, I definitely, I say Sophia to her the whole time, obviously.
Yeah, it's loud up there. Sonia's like, yeah, she's calling me Sonia.
I think it's the same name. I think Sonia is the pet version of Sophia.
Well, obviously, when Sonia is sitting bloodied in her chair, I will call her Sophia anyways, because the faces will probably interchange.
So where do you land, and what does it look like with your crash?
Yeah, I think it's. Is there like just a crop field or something nearby? It's summer, right?
It's spring.
What's spring?
Description of this duty station is. The regiment has moved west and south into the warm southern maritime region dominated by the Kerch Strait, now occasionally flying over water for the first time. The northern portion of the tactical area consists of marshes, bottomlands, vast swaths of arable land, much of it not now fallow. So yeah, there.
Yeah, maybe
there's a field not too far away with the grain rotting in it.
And the plane gets down much too quickly. The wheels and the whole construction breaks off, and then the nose, it practically breaks in half. Like the nose breaks off, and the
I mean, this is still going to be repairable condition.
Yeah, it's still repairable, but for the moment, it's unflyable. And I think that like parts of the construction, what's it called, like pierces, Hannah's, I don't know, like side or something, like a deep wound. And the same metal piece also pierces Sonia.
Okay. And who is pulling the planes back with them to the Air Force Base? My guess is not the people who crashed them.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Okay. So I'm going to mostly let you get to base with the exception of Tasha. Tasha, you and
Yelena.
You and Yelena are kind of leaning against each other. Neither not doing so good. And you're walking out of the forest, and you hear the voices of German men. What do you do?
Where are they coming? Where are the voices coming from?
Well, I mean, you're in the forest, so it's a little hard to tell with the
Are we
echo.
still in the forest?
Yes, this is after landing and you're trying to get back to the base.
I think we should try and hide.
Give me a tempt fate. Technically, you're not behind enemy lines; they're behind enemy lines. But this is a dangerous position.
Got a 9.
Okay. You find a hollow, a dead tree that's kind of hollow inside, with enough room for one person to hide in there.
Oh no! I'm gonna put Yelena in there.
And then are you going to run for it?
Yeah.
Okay, you start running, and about 2 minutes into your run, you hear 2 gunshots coming from the direction of the old tree.
Oh no!
Out of character, she was marked. That was one of the things you chose, which means she's dead. I you know, there was no way to save her because, you know, she's marked.
Yeah.
But Tasha has to deal with the knowledge of what happened there.
Yeah.
And that's the session. Super happy, huh?
Yeah.
So in this game, debrief is definitely important. So let's take a moment, breathe. Remember, hey, we are not these women. We are not stuck in this situation. Take your time, throw off the roles of who you were just playing for the last 3 hours. So, does anyone have any thoughts?
Well, I'm a little freaked out. Because, you know, I was trying to save her and put myself in danger and not the other way around.
Yeah, that's the thing about marking NPCs is it's vicious, and we've had some pretty brutal deaths because of it. I believe that's both how Rudina and Sophia have died. Oh, and Valentina. Yeah, I think they all died from marks. So they happen, and they're supposed to hit hard. If you return, we will address the mark that you had. It's just we're right at 5, and I want to, you know, have time to debrief without like saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna stay super late." I think I usually post that, you know, we have up to 4 hours for this game, but you know, we usually try to keep it around 3. So, I'd like to go and do a round of wishes and stars. And let's just use the character sheet for order and start with Bethany.
Yeah, okay. Stars, yeah, I definitely want to give stars to Noella because that went that went a whole lot darker than I would have taken it. And I think it was appropriate for it to go that dark. So I think it's a good thing that like this, the bar has been raised or lowered or whatever the hell it is you call it. The tone has changed a little, and I think that's like an appropriate direction for it to go. Wishes. Yeah, the fallout for this is going to be real interesting. Yeah, I kind of want to see. Okay, for a completely opposite tone, I sort of want to see Masha once like her concussion is a little better, like hearing all of the things that she did. Also, is Horst, are you going to be in the next session?
We'll be in the 5th.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because like I've definitely this is my chance to actually chew you out. I haven't done it yet. And also, you're my superior officer, so I can't do it too much. But yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I think Hannah kind of deserves it for
Yes.
trying to make
Yes.
a Tusk woman fly.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think there's a lot of there's a whole lot of potential for things to happen because of this session. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe not. Depends.
So Dano.
Yeah, so I loved this session. I thought I was going to spend the whole thing in bed or being interrogated by the NKVD. So thanks for giving me the chance, David and Horst, for talking Masha out of bed. So I definitely enjoyed that. I'd like to echo Bethany's star for Noella, and that was awesome. And you could have gotten every member of the 588th to jump into a fight with you, I'm sure, if we'd been in a bit better shape, I think. And yeah, I think if it suits Noella's schedule for next week, I would definitely like to see her back in next week's session. So
Yeah, I was trying to set things up where feasibly we could have either of you in the session. I didn't want to I wanted to say, okay, yeah, this is, very likely there's a reason for Tasha to go away, but there's also reasons for Masha to get some sleep. So
yeah. So we leave that up. I guess we can chat after broadcast about it. But yeah, I also I guess I want to see how Hannah deals with Jim's character, Oksana, who shows up. That could be a lot of sparks. So yeah, it's all going to be trouble in the next few sessions. There you go.
Okay, Noella.
Yeah, this was a really interesting session. I'll give a star to Dana. I just thought Masha is a great character. Even concussed is up to hijinks. And also I thought that whole thing with the dude pretending to be her boyfriend was really funny. For wishes, I guess it'll be interesting to see what happens to Tasha next, because one, she's already in hot water for fighting, and now she's injured and is responsible for the death of a fellow airwoman. Yeah.
Okay, and Horst.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the session as well. I love playing Hannah. I don't know. I would love to play the whole, like all the 6 sessions. And it was really cool to connect with Masha and Dasha again, and to have Tasha as not a disruptive element, but something that breaks the routine, so to speak, between the 3 of us. And wishes, definitely, I want to see the failed romance between Masha and Hannah, obviously. I've just looked at the schedule. Unfortunately, I won't play with Jim. So there's no, unless, people drop out or something, there's no session with Oksana and Hannah in one session. But
oh, really? Man, that's a little disappointing, actually.
That is, because Oksana is like basically Hannah in season 1.
Yeah. Like it's going to be one of those. These 2 characters have to hate each other.
Yeah.
Maybe we love each other. Who knows? Would love each other. But I've also seen that in the 5th session, the old crew will be together. So Brian will join us, and that's also really something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Oh, and a star for, I think that the ugly choice with the tree was spot on. Like, it is a bit sad that the decision at the end didn't matter, but like making the decision, do I protect myself or the other, was really really cool.
I'm sorry. Just so I know, which one were you thinking of?
Like the scene at the end when Tasha had to choose.
Oh,
to
yeah.
herself or her, her co-pilot.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, I need to find a way to kill this character because it's in the rules. How am I going to do it? But yeah, no, I think I'm glad that worked out. So for me, wishes and stars. Of course, stars to everyone. You all were fantastic. I was worried about playing Oleg, and on one hand, like that is a really dark plot line, and it's a very compelling one to play out. What I was worried about is it going to come off as me trying to justify him and his brother if I give him some positive characteristics? Because if I give him no positive characteristics, he's just a straw man, and I don't like doing strawman characters. I mean, we had the big evil, NKVD guys, but they had things going for them too, just not not necessarily ones that were good for the characters. So I'm glad that he played off as that good gray area. If you haven't figured it out, he did bribe one of his fellow airmen to lie on Masha's behalf. That's what was going on there in the envelope getting passed around was the payoff for the bribe. We can explore why he chose to do that later. As far as wishes, I think we have all of the gunpowder in the keg, so it's time to start throwing some matches and watching it all explode. We have like the death of the majority of the regiment still looming over our heads, so there's a lot of sadness there. I really hope you guys start getting it on Cardina's case, because she went a little bit overboard. And we'll see if she continues to go overboard. Yes. I'd like to see what happens with Sonya. I love that you guys have given me more options to explore, like the upper brass and kind of the conflicts they're going through. Like, hey, are we doing the right things here? What are we wait, this is what the soldiers are actually going through. Is this right? So thank you for letting me explore that. Hopefully we can get some interesting conclusions without ruining the tension of the game, because yeah, it wouldn't be Night Witches without you guys having the shittiest supplies. But yeah, those were my thoughts on it. Anything anyone else wants to say before I end the broadcast? Okay. Well, anyone who's viewing, thanks so much, and you'll see us next week.